Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with a two-in-one video. This is going to combine Mixed Media Mayhem and Pinkfresh Fridays. Both are due on Friday, and I decided to combine them because for Mixed Media Mayhem, the requirements are that you use inks, paints, and have a monochromatic color scheme. So I'm gonna go with kind of reds and pinks for my monochromatic, and there may be some greenery on some florals that show up, but I'm not gonna worry a whole lot about that. I'm going to use this photo of my grandson getting ready to take off in his little red Corvette for his first long distance drive. He was going to Kentucky to visit his mom. And his dad, of course, was biting his nails the entire time. And but it was he made a safe and timely trip. So, and I suppose it all turned out well. And it's kind of, I don't know, a watershed moment, I suppose. So anyway, I'm going to put the photo aside. Normally I don't use photos this big, but I think I'm going to be able to do that on this page. I'm using from Pinkfresh. This is from the Simple and Sweet collection, and it's this page is called Sweet Life, and this is from Live More, and it's called Embrace. And let me see what's on the other side. It's that I've got, I don't know, 5 or 6 sheets of that, not sure how. I think I bought a warehouse box and got a lot of it in there. So I'm just gonna I love all these icons that are on the back of this sheet. I'm gonna lay this over, and then I'll start my mixed media. I'm gonna let this, normally I would put a strip across here, but I don't have a strip that I thought would work, and so I'm just gonna fill it with embellishments above and below and just kind of fill that line. And I'm gonna put the photo down here. And the stencil I'm going to use is one of my oldest stencils. It's a Crafter's Workshop, I think. Let me see if I can read it. No, it's... I have no idea what that says, but it's not Crafter's Workshop. It's not TCW. It's JBS 116. So... J. Osmer Conteal, have no idea what that says. Anyway, it's one I like to use to indicate movement. So if I'm going to do the photo here, I kind of want that there, and then one going the other way, kind of down below. So we will see how that works out. And I'm going to use a technique I've never used before, but I think I might like it. I'm going to use ink to go through the stencil for the entire image. And then I'm going to do paint to kind of add some accents. I have no idea whether this is going to work. What I had envisioned was more of like a fluid kind of image where I could then kind of offset the stencil and do, and I may do a couple more. Let's kind of do this, just a little bit of ink on there, and maybe some going this way, right in through there. And then maybe a little bit up here. Okay, so it's kind of all over, but I'm only gonna do the paint on these two big ones. So I need this still. And what I'm gonna do now is craziness. I'm going to put a little bit of this. I wanted the reds to kind of contrast with one another. So I'm using this, which is Naphthol Crimson. It's a really vivid red color. And whereas the ink I used is it's called Abandoned Coral, and it's kind of an off red, if you will. I'm gonna kind of go with this. I'm gonna put the stencil slightly off from where it was. There. And wherever those white things are, I'm going to kind of just roughly go in with my paint. And it's going to be messy and kind of feathery. And that's okay, I think. If I hate it, I'll tear this page up and start a new video. Just looking at it right now, I'm thinking I don't like it a lot, but we'll see what happens. I kind of want it to look like I hand painted it, and I think it's there's no question it's going to look like that. Okay, I don't hate it. I'm fine with that. I'm good with that. And it kind of looks like the same difference between the reds and pinks up there. So let's do the same thing here. And kind of, I'll need to look like I skipped some spaces so that a little of that white shows. I kind of like that effect. And all of these reds are a little bit different from the color of the car, which there was no way I was going to match that with every red that I used. So I decided to really go for different reds to kind of show that, just to mix it up so that it shows obviously that I'm using different reds and that's not a mistake. And I did a little messy piece right there. Okay, these things are gonna go to the side. I cannot wash them right now because I'm having a new hot water heater installed, and the water is off for the next 4 hours or so. I don't know where to put this. I'm just gonna lay it right there and kind of, okay. Now, I've got the photo backed with foam. I'm gonna let that dry a bit, and I'm gonna kind of show you my philosophy here. I wanted to do some florals. Let's see if that works. And so I picked, and I apologize that I cannot tell you which, let's see, I will try to tell you which Pinkfresh collection that these florals are from. I have the package. I just took everything out of the package and put them in a bowl, and now I've lost the package. So I can't tell you what collection, but it's definitely Pinkfresh. I think it has the word day in it. And so these, I pulled out the pink and the red florals just to kind of work in there with some of the other things I have. And I think that's gonna look, especially this particular one, is gonna look great with the arrows that are there. I'm gonna go ahead and cut some foam because I know I'm gonna need some for the embellishments. Okay. Let me do, while we're still waiting for that to dry, I'm gonna pull the title from the pink ones of these. These are from Happy Heart, and I'm going to, the title is going to be And He's Off, and I kind of want it right here. So I'll do that. And I've got embellishments from, these are cut apart from Live, well, I don't know, not from Live More, from Let Your Heart Decide. And it's this paper. I love this side of it, but I really love these little cutouts. So I've used those. And then I have this, which I cannot tell you what collection that's from, but it's fairly old. I have some loose ephemera, and we can go combing through there for things that are the right color and also make sense. But for instance, there's this Have Fun. Now that's not strictly monochromatic, but it's close enough. And this Happy will be perfect. So that's kind of where I'm headed with this. And you know what? I do not want to make you watch me pull all these out. And what did I do with the A that I had? That's why. I'll do the title later. I know it's going to go down here, so I won't put anything else there. Okay. Let's start building up this. I'm going to put this kind of right there as the title, and just to make it kind of stand out a bit, because there's a lot of white and white-ishness going on there. So I'm gonna rough up the edges, and I'll pop it up on some foam, but I can't get to my foam because the paintbrush and stencil are there. It's so hard being me. Let's do this. And I'm just gonna put that right there, and then we'll group some things around it. And I kind of have this, I like this other one too, so I'm gonna rough it up. I think I only need 2, and I'll pile ephemera and stickers around these. Let's see. that on there. Okay, I'm gonna move these things so that I can move this up if I need to. I don't really need to. That's pretty much in frame right there if I have it on the there, so that should be good. Okay, I'm seeing something here that I want to look at. It says, no beauty shines brighter than a good heart. That would be a good one for Katie. Not that Barrett doesn't have a good heart, but we're not talking beauty here. I mean, I guess we could be, but I just kind of want to, you capture my heart. Again, not what I had in mind. And okay, so I kind of wanted to eliminate the ephemera because it's harder to go through than the stickers. So here, I love this one that says, actually, I can do this. And I love that. And I kind of want that to be maybe right here. Because he knows as he's looking, as his dad is taking this photo, he knows that his dad has his doubts. And there's a little XOXO that kind of works for the color scheme, and I'm going to kind of put it at a wonky angle hanging off the side of that. I think that's all I want to use from this. I like this, may your walls know joy, may each room hold laughter and every window open to great possibility. That would be appropriate for Barrett, but not for this particular theme. So I'm gonna put that aside. Aside means on the floor. And I've got this one that has have fun. And I can kind of put that, let me put it on a little bit of foam because I want to group some flowers around it, I think. And let me do that. His dad wasn't necessarily thinking have fun when he was taking off. He was thinking don't speed, be careful. Okay, and I'm gonna do that right there. Let's see. I like the current mood, and maybe I can put that right there as a tab on the photo, and it's pointing to happy, so that works out nice. Here's a thing that says like, and it works for the social media age. And all the spaces that you see between these things and kind of around, I'm hoping to fill with those flowers. So there's a good vibes only, which I'm going to use as a tab right under here. And it's black, so it doesn't really violate my monochromatic scheme. I've got this thing that says smile and this thing that says hilarious, I don't necessarily want to use the hilarious is the right color, but okay, I've got this thing that says snapshots, and I kind of want to use it in conjunction with something else. So I'll put it there. And then I have a tray full of little things. I love this travel bit. Maybe right there. That is the perfect red color, by the way. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on, and then I'm going to kind of spread it out so that it's tacky, but doesn't have a glop of it showing. So I'm losing the arrows going that way, but that's okay because we have these. I'm going to put it at a little bit of an angle, or do I want it straight? I think I want it straight. There, that's a bramble fox perspective, and this heart is also bramble fox, and I'm going to make it part of this cluster right here. So we've got that bright red at each of those corners, and I think that's, well, no, I do have a geotag that's pink, and I'm maybe going to use it right here because this corner of the photo isn't very interesting, and I'm going to add this flare right there. And I'm going to violate the monochromatic scheme by adding this B. We call him, his name is Barrett, we call him B. So I always put B's on, and I know that's would be enough for a B, but I kind of like that this is violating the scheme with that yellow. It kind of, it makes the pinkish colors seem to work better. Okay, so here I've got this. Let's see, where did I put my phone?
Sorry, I can't help find your devices right now. You can't check the location of all of your...
Siri thinks I was asking her where did I put my phone. Okay, let me do that way. Okay, and then I've got the bright red maybe right there, and I'll put some foam behind it. And I'll tuck the stem down that would work really well like that. And you can still read, have fun. You'll especially be able to read it if I move it. Okay, there. Now, I have and you see what I mean about there being green in there, but there's green in the photo, and, you know, you kind of expect florals to have some greenery with them. Let's see, I've got several of these. I kind of wanted one or two I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this one this way, and I'll use part of it on one side and part on the other. Like, I'll do that right there, and then I'll do this down there. Okay, now that still leaves me with this, which might fit in nicely there. I think there's one of those that isn't glued down. I kind of like the stem showing on some of these. Okay, there, and then that one's not glued down, but I can do that one in a cluster with this one. This is an odd page. It's different from anything I've ever done before. Let me go that way, and the flowers are a little bit bigger on this cluster, so that will work. And for this one, I'm probably going to try to get the stem down underneath, or I could do this. Now I'll go underneath and then let it be right there. Okay, so we have the oddball page. We have the graphic design here, the very kind of structured, and it has triangles, so Lisa Sikorsky will be happy that I used triangles on a page. Triangles are not my favorite shape. There's something jagged and unfriendly about them when I look at them, so I don't use them often, and I'm not often drawn to pattern paper that has them, but for some reason I love this. I think it must be the colors or the arrangement of the triangles somehow. And we've got the kind of moving and grooving kind of theme going on down here with the photo. I'm happy with this. I will do my title across here and some journaling about probably over here on these lines. And that'll be what you see on social media. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next Friday for Mixed Media Mayhem, and next month for another Pinkfresh Friday. Bye.